Welcome to the Nailed It Family Challenge. This is a video for the Brinkley household. My name is Jason Brinkley. I am the dad, and I'm going to go over a few bits of the rules of what we're going to be doing today, and then I'm going to introduce you to our illustrious team. For time purposes, it is exactly 1 p.m. on Saturday, May the 23rd of 2020. So we have been challenged to a Nailed It Family Challenge, a Minecraft themed cake. It has to be multi-tiered. The base has to be around 117 square inches. It has to have at least 2 layers, and it has to stand at least 18 inches off the ground. 90% of it has to be edible. Judging will be on the cake around originality, design, theme, and complexity. Okay. Just like that, movie magic. Movie magic! All right, so hold on. So, my illustrious better half, please introduce yourself.
I'm Sandy. I am mom.
And she is one tired mother. Nice.
I am one tired mother.
All right, so then we will go downhill in children. So we will start here. Who are you?
Awesome.
How old are you?
13.
13.
As of 2020, he is.
All right, what about you in the back?
I am Gabe, and one day after this video is posted, it'll be my birthday.
You mean tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, not so worried.
But what if somebody watches this on
Yeah, we've already given the date.
2027?
Yeah, right here. Who are you?
Me?
Yeah,
I'm Josh.
you're Josh. And what's your name?
Ellie.
Ellie. And how old are you, Ellie? 4. Fine. We are going to shoot for the desert temple in Minecraft. It is going to be multi-layers of cake, along with 2 towers that are made out of what?
Rice Krispie treats
Rice
covered
Krispie-
in fondant.
That's right. And 90% of that will be cake, except for the things that hold it up. We are going to add our own custom accents using some Lego figures, such as, what is that?
Enderman.
An Enderman,
Zombie.
a zombie.
Creeper.
They may not all make it there, but we have some.
Creeper.
Creeper, meet the creeper.
Steve with iron armor.
Steve with iron armor.
And Alex with a bow.
Franklin,
Yes.
what's up with cake box mix?
So it is delicious and easy, and I love them, but they're not great for stacking and carving cakes. You need a denser cake, and cake mix cakes are just too soft.
All right, so what are we doing with the cake mix?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to make our own cakes. We're making our own Rice Krispie treats, and hopefully this whole thing won't be a disaster. So we will be checking
Making our
back
own
in.
fondant too.
Oh, and we're making our own fondant. Okay. Yeah, I know.
marshmallow.
All right, with
Oh, that's
marshmallows.
Candy
That's
Melts.
right.
That's Candy
So
Melts.
we have our list of a big picture of most of our ingredients. Candy melts included, Rice Krispies included. An enormous mess. Weighing out some cocoa for stuff.
180 grams.
180 grams. Good Lord, that's a lot.
I know.
All right. Meanwhile, we have Isom over here. What are you doing?
I have a recipe for Rice Krispie treat.
Yep, because we're going to make the towers out of Rice Krispies. We are working on our Rice Krispie treat towers. So walk me through what we just decided, Isom. So we are making how many towers?
We are making 2.
2 towers. All right. And what's the dimensions of our 2 towers?
3 by 3 by 18.
3.5.
Oh, that's right. 3.5 by 3.5 by 18.
Because we had to do all kinds of math to figure it out. All right. So Rice Krispie treats, they take how much? What's our ingredients? What do we got to have?
We've got to have marshmallows, butter, and Rice Krispies.
Okay, so we figured out that our box of Rice Krispies makes 12 cups. It has 12 cups of Rice Krispies. So we used a recipe, and we did some math, and we figured out that if we take the whole box of Rice Krispies plus how much marshmallows?
Plus,
Do we have it on our paper?
let's see, plus 8 cup, no.
Yep. How many bags?
One bag and a third.
1 1/3, and then the butter, which is how many tablespoons
3 tablespoons of butter.
for each one? And we have to double it, right? So we need how many total?
6 tablespoons.
6 tablespoons. So what we're getting ready to do is to get a big pot, and what are we going to do? Walk me through it. Don't tell me the recipe. Just walk me through what we're going to do.
Okay, we're gonna put the butter in a saucepan with we're gonna melt the butter in a saucepan and then we're going to add in marshmallows until it's all melted together. Then we put in the Rice Krispies and stir it until it's completely coated in the butter and marshmallow mix.
And then we just let it cool,
Yes.
right? Alright, so in the making, Isom is melting some butter. And then we're going to add the Rice Krispies. We're going to add the marshmallows. We'll add the stuff. We'll stir it all along. Alright, here we go.
We have a yolk incident.
Okay, so we were cracking eggs, and one of them fell on the floor. Disaster. Life hack. Life tip for you. Do not lick it up with your bare tongue. That's a stupid, terrible idea. Stop. Life hack. If you spill an egg, crack an egg and it goes all over your floor, get salt. It does not have to be natural sea salt, any kind of salt. It does not matter. Sprinkle it all over the egg heavily. It will make it much easier.
That just looks like a bigger mess to clean up.
To clean it up.
We have a giant slab of Rice Krispie treat, and we are going to be cutting it up into 6 different parts. And it's
We're going to cut it. And then to make sure that it stays stable at its height, because it's 18 inches, what do we have to put inside those 6 blocks?
dowel rods.
Yeah, so we have some dowel rods that we picked up from Michael's. We'll cut to stick in the middle so that it all stays together. Okay?
We're not doing this.
Okay. Now we're videoing. We're working on our cake batter. Hold on,
Okay.
Lovey.
So we are getting ready to cream the butter and the sugar together. Over here, we have our cocoa powder that we mixed with boiling water and whisked it all together to make our chocolate cake very chocolatey. We are setting that aside to cool.
That would also work as hot chocolate.
It's probably a little bit. Whoa!
Ah! Ellie, you should never do that.
What are we doing now? Making batter? We're a
Yeah.
little worried that our stand mixers,
Gotta reach
Capacity.
capacity.
we are reaching capacity. Where are we at now, Gabe? What are we making?
Frosting.
Frosting. All right. What is in our frosting?
We are using 2 cups of shortening, 1 pound of powdered sugar.
We'll have to look at the recipe. This is the Wilton recipe.
Yeah, we should probably double the recipe because we're already.
Well, we're already putting in 2 cups of shortening. I've already added vanilla
So we are
and butter
going
extract and the water.
We are going to add 2 pounds of powdered sugar. We have vanilla extract in it already. Well, not in this bowl, but we are going to also have what are we having? Milk or water? I forgot.
Well, I mean, we'll have to add to our cream together Crisco and stuff, confectionate sugar,
Yeah, that's powdered
meringue powder.
sugar. No,
Oh,
no, we don't.
we don't put the
usually use
meringue powder and just salt.
That's just for stabilization.
I see. Okay,
This is
and
just
our
the same recipe I used.
this is just to do crumb coats on our cakes, right? So that the fondant will stick to it. So we'll be making fondant shortly for both the Rice Krispie treats and our cakes. We're in the middle of a mess. We have our oven on at 350. We have our cakes in the oven. They are baking now. Mrs. Sandra,
Yes.
what is next?
I am going to work on the fondant.
Well, we're gonna make
Marshmallow fondant.
our marshmallow fondant while Gabe and I make the frosting to crumb coat. And the fondant, you have to make enough fondant for both the cakes and the Rice Krispie treats.
Should be 1 batch of it. Should be enough. It makes a lot. And for the cakes, you're going to roll it out pretty thin to put it on. So we will have plenty.
Gotcha. All right, so now we've got our dry ingredients in here. Hold on, they mix up now. What? You can't stick your finger in the powdered sugar and taste test.
Sorry.
Okay, so we have our shortening and our other ingredients sort of creamed up. And we have our little plate on. And what we're going to do now is add the powdered sugar. And how do we do this, Gabe? Do we do it real fast or do we do it slow?
Slow.
Why?
Because if we go fast, then the mixer might explode.
All right, let's give them a status update, right? What do we have on the stove?
we have on the stove cake.
Cake. Our cakes are out of the oven. Okay. Mama is kneading. She's moving her hands through with something. That's what you started to tell us about. Hop back up here and tell us all about this thing that you've made. What's it called?
Fondant. And
Fondant. What's it made out of?
it's made out of marshmallow and powdered sugar.
Pretty much just marshmallow and powdered sugar. How's it taste? Did you have a little taste?
It's so yummy, I want a bigger one.
Yeah. Okay, so what do we do? Mama's got to sort of finish mixing it together. And what happens with the fondant? What do we do with it?
We're gonna put it on the cake.
Got it. All right. Mama, how do we put it on the cake?
Well, we're going to roll it out really, really thin.
Who's going to roll it out? You or Josh or both of you?
You, because it probably needs more arm power than what I have. We are going to put it over our
What are you munching on?
frosted. Did you get some more?
Okay, so Mama's going to finish this rolling out, and then you have to put the coloring on it. Right? And then we get the cakes out, and we start leveling them off and
We're
cutting
gonna
them.
level them, and we're gonna have to carve them to look like the picture of the picture that we're using as a model for our cake.
Fondant is like the best thing ever I've ever tasted in my life, except for gummies.
Oh.
All right, we're back with the Rice Krispie treats, right? It's time to work with them. So what's the next step, Isom?
Cut this into 6 strips and put them on this right here.
No. What do you got in your hand?
Oh, put the dowel rod,
How big is the dowel rod?
18 inches. Well, it's 36 inches, but it's going to be cut into 18-inch rods, and we're going to put them through the things. Then we're going to put them on here.
Okay, so we have our cakes. Our cakes are leveled, and our obelisks are covered. They have to finish cooling. They have been cool. They have been painted. They've been flipped. What's going to happen is they're going to cool the rest of the way, and then we're going to carve them up into our obelisk towers. I'm going to come right back. I'm going to come over here so people can kind of see. We have the rest of our cakes kind of fixed up. They have to be crumb coated and stuff, and our fondant's ready to go. We have how much time?
I have no idea.
What
We have
time?
an hour and 30 minutes.
We have an hour and 40 minutes.
No,
Sorry.
30 minutes.
What time is it? No, we didn't start back until, okay. Yeah, we have an hour and 30 minutes. Okay, so an update. Given our time limit and some other mishaps that have started off the thing, our fondant got a little miscolored, and we have gone slightly off the rails on some of this. So, we had 2 desert obelisks. Our fondant coloring was a little old, and there was a mishap with that due to yours truly. We're doing some cleanup work with some powdered sugar and some cocoa dusting, but we're getting it together, and then we're going to come back through and actually do some detail work, but we're starting to run a little low on time, so we'll get the Brinkley family in for just a minute. So what do you know about the cake? What is cake and what is Rice Krispies?
The bottom is Rice Krispies.
No, the towers are Rice Krispies.
The towers are Rice Krispies.
Don't touch.
And I like these guys.
See, I'm not a fan of Rice Krispie treats, so that's why that's not my favorite. So, and since this is like chocolate cake, and it was homemade.
And it was homemade, made completely from scratch. Couple of things. So the bottom is a regular cake. I don't know if we need to measure it. Somebody might need to grab the tape measure. Okay. So it's directly out of a cake pan, so we know the bottom fits. The top,
You
ice.
can clearly see the resemblance between this weird-looking, dirty flesh and this beautiful.
Okay, so this is what we were shooting for. This is what we have, so we can kind of put them side by side for the judges. Oh, it's look.
When you look at it from this angle, it just looks like a dustier version of that.
Well,
with,
Minecraft is not
chocolate
real.
on
At
it.
least
like
the thing looks, somewhat real.
I have no